Yes, an amazing camera angle that I put there just for that title sequence thing. Phaedra is this one's name. Phaedra. They all have weird names, and during the course of gameplay I can never jumped off the horse. Anyway, welcome back to part 3 of set 4, the failed Colossus attempt. Not Colossus attempt, the failed audio attempt. I definitely recorded an awesome audio sound on here, but I forgot to hit the audio settings, so now I'm just doing commentary. So I was just trying to draw the attention of the Colossus there, giant horse of amazing wonder. I remember there was some kind of funny joke I had for this, but I just can't seem to remember what it was. For some reason the Colossi always ignore you unless you shoot them with an arrow, and then they realize, oh, there's a human here, so now I'm gonna kill him. And I remember he stomped the first time and I was completely caught by surprise. Down here in these tunnels it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing, and so I occasionally ran into the wall and such. Yeah, something like that. So what I didn't realize till later is that I had to go into one of those holes and come out behind the Colossus and then climb up its back, that was the only way I could get onto the Colossus. But yeah, that was pretty much the only thing I was doing here in a repeated pattern over and over again. But I always got to make a note on the music. I just love the soundtrack for Shadow of the Colossus. It just has such an amazing sound, and I love it. I wish one day that I could perform it. And this is where a cut in the video happens, just in case you notice it, right here. You might not have noticed that. That was where a cut in the video happened. It's a little editing thingy that you may or may not have noticed. So there's Phaedra, and he always seemed to turn around. It always turned around whenever I tried to sneak up behind it. I didn't understand how I was supposed to get that to work, but yeah, so I had to shoot him once more, so he'd be all angry and be like, oh, this human's shooting arrows at me, but it doesn't matter because I'm made of stone. What are the Colossi even made out of? It seems like they're made out of stone and grass. Somehow they're affected by human weapons. I don't know. I do wonder where he's getting the arrows for this bow from. I see not a arrow holder scabbard thing on his body. I do not know where the arrows come from. Maybe he magically pulls them out of thin air. Who knows? Furthermore, where does he keep the bow? Because I really don't see where he holds it. Whenever I pull out the sword or just put all my weapons away, the bow is nowhere to be seen. So kind of an interesting thing to think about. Yeah. I could be wrong. This might be the last tunnel thing before I actually got it all to work. I decided to be smart and stand there for once, make sure he's over the hole before I finally decide to go. So I stood there and I was like, okay, now would be a good time to run. And here's where things just get pitch black. I couldn't see a thing, did not know at all where I was going, and I was probably running into walls. I'd turn around, go back up the stairs, and I almost walked out into the light again where he would have seen me. I was like, nope, I'm not going to do that. Going to go back into the deep dark hole. And eventually I made it to some source of light. It was still pretty dark. Don't know. The lighting, although can be cool sometimes in this game, but at the same time it can be very dreadful. and just terrible altogether. And there it was. Finally, there he is sitting. I don't know, he's doing this weird squat thing. No clue what he's doing. But yeah, I try to get up there a couple of times, try to jump, and I knock into this thing, get behind it, and I try to find different ways to get up there. Just jumped, and then finally the glitch happened, and I just kind of snapped to it. Then all of a sudden aggro shows up, which would have been helpful like 10 seconds before, but now the music changes, and this is one of my favorite Colossus themes. This is called The Opened Way, and it's just amazing. There's a certain point where I'll just stop talking and let you listen to the music, because there's one point where it's just the coolest sounding thing, and I love the way it sounds, but that's beside the point. Yeah, I keep trying to climb up his neck thing there, and I didn't realize what the problem was, why I couldn't get up there. I tried climbing around his neck, trying to get on his earrings, maybe climb up, but that didn't seem to work. I realized that was a futile attempt. So I kind of shimmied my way back after hanging off his neck. Eventually I shimmied my way back. I'm not sure when I decided to do that. But yeah, here, I shimmied my way back, and oh, here's the music part. So yeah, as you may have noticed back there, I didn't have my sword out. I apparently had to pull the sword out, and the only way I can see spots on the Colossus's body is to pull out my sword. Again, where does the bow go? I have no clue. I try to take my sweet time in stabbing him, and eventually I get to him and jump up to his head, which was fun, and then he's gonna try to shake me off. I keep calling it a he. We'll just call it a he. Aggro's a he, I think. I don't know. I'm not a horse breeder. Meredith, maybe you can help here. I do not know. But yeah, his mask is very menacing. Like it's just kind of, it's got jagged teeth and long earrings. What kind of horse wears earrings? No clue. But shadow stuff starts spewing out of his head. And I was expecting another spot to show up, because usually it shows up halfway through the thing, but I guess not. So who's your favorite horse? Is it Phaedra here, or is it Aggro? You know, that's a nice poll. Leave a comment saying which one is your favorite horse. I love the massive amounts of shadow or whatever, blood shooting out of his head. I don't know, it's not blood, it's black. They just have a black heart. And look at this cheap trick they do here. He has this little bit of health left, and I'm like, okay, one more stab ought to do it. But no, one more stab didn't do it. I had to stab him one more time for him to go down. And here it goes. Boom. And he's down. For some reason, the black stringy thingies always want to kill us after we kill its Colossus. And there, I tried to run into the hole, but failed miserably. Then he starts breathing smoke, and that's not good for his health. He probably has black lung. But yeah, this has been the fourth set. I promise that the next set the audio will actually be from the video. But thanks for watching. Bye for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.